Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
ForexLive, August 19, 7:42 America New York. ForexLive European FX News Wrap. Dollar holds firm. Safety bets gain on risk retreat. Forex news from the European trading session the 19th of August 2021 headlines. Markets. JPY leads. AUD lags on the day. European equities lower. S&Amp. P500 futures down 0.8%.
New York Times Business. August 19, 7:13 America New York, Big Tech and the Taliban. A wave of pro-Taliban accounts and pages has put social networks in a tricky position. The Taliban's resurgence on social media has put platforms in a tricky spot.
Daily FX Market News. August 19, 7:05 America New York, US dollar charges into key resistance, equities sell off as COVID risks mount. USD hits multi-month highs, however, key resistance caps further upside for now.
Wall Street Journal Markets. August 19, 7:03 America New York, oil prices fall to lowest point since May on stronger dollar. The U.S. currency climbed to its highest level in over 9 months after the Fed signaled it will pare back bond buying program, with a stronger greenback weighing on oil and copper prices.
New York Times Business. August 19, 7 o'clock America New York, can Facebook make virtual reality happen for real this time? The pandemic has renewed interest in virtual reality. Facebook is trying to capitalize with a new virtual meeting room service.
Wall Street Journal Markets. August 19, 7 o'clock America New York, FormFactor passes the test. The maker of chip testing equipment was hit too early by fears of a peak in the semiconductor cycle.
Naked Capitalism. August 19, 6:58 America New York, Biden administration to withhold Medicare and Medicaid dollar from nursing homes not having fully vaxxed staff. The Biden administration thinks it can coerce badly paid workers in nursing homes who've held out to take the jab. That's not a great wager.
Wall Street Journal Markets. August 19, 6:55 America New York, Robinhood Markets, Nvidia, Carnival. What to watch when the stock market opens today. U.S. stock futures are slipping and Wall Street's fear gauge is ticking higher.
ForexLive, August 19, 6:49 America New York, Singapore to pilot quarantine-free travel lanes for vaccinated Germany and Brunei visitors next month. Early signs of a reopening in global air travel? Traveling from Asia to Europe or vice versa these days is an extremely rare event unless there is a certain need to do so, as most air travel has been restricted. ForexLive, August 19, 6:39 America New York, Australian Treasurer says there should be no expectation of support payments when vaccination rate hits 70%. Australian Treasurer, Josh Frydenberg, remarks given how Australia has been very strict with lockdown measures, even a 70% vaccination rate may not necessarily rule out a spread of infections, however minimal it may be. ForexLive, August 19, 6:37 America New York, Australian Treasurer says there should be no expectation of COVID-19 support payments when country hits 70% vaccination rate. Australian Treasurer, Josh Frydenberg, remarks that's a striking remark on how the future looks like for the Australian economy, as Frydenberg says that there should be no expectation by states territories should for emergency COVID-19 support payments for employees affected by lockdowns once the country gets to 70% vaccination rate.
Naked Capitalism. August 19, 6:09 America New York, Texas Supreme Court says Dems who fled state to block voter suppression package can be arrested. GOP-appointed judges sided with Texas Governor Abbott and right-wing lawmakers, allowing legislators to be arrested and hauled to the Capitol.
New York Times Business. August 19, 6 o'clock America New York, the dream cars of the car designers. Saturday mornings are for celebrating stylish sheet metal in the parking lot of a storied hobby shop in Metro Detroit. The weekly Parking at Paysteiners draws Detroit's car cognoscenti and their enviable toys.
BBC News Business. August 19, 5:52 America New York, chip shortage. Toyota to cut global production by 40%. The world's biggest carmaker will cut output in September and VW warns it may have to make further cuts.
Global Economy. August 19, 5:45 America New York, on wages and productivity. Fort readers share their examples of cross-country differences.
ForexLive, August 19, 5:36 America New York, is a deeper correction beckoning for the S&P 500? At the highs this month, the S&P 500 has doubled in value from the depths of the pandemic in March last year. An interesting chart put out by Bloomberg shows that the S&P 500 might be headed towards a deeper correction sometime in the future, after having gained by double its value since bottoming out.
Wall Street Journal Markets, August 19, 5:30 America, New York. Cryptos defy projects aren't immune to regulation, Sex Gensler says. Some peer-to-peer trading and lending projects have features that may trigger the need for regulation, chairman says. Wall Street Journal Markets, August 19, 5:30 America, New York. Bond market signals confidence in Fed policy outlook. The closely watched spread between 5 and 30-year Treasury yields has hardly changed after falling sharply when the Fed shifted its message in June.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business, August 19, 5:30 America, New York. Jobless claims likely to fall as labor market withstands Delta variant. The proxy for layoffs likely declined last week to the lowest level since the COVID-19 pandemic began, showing the labor market is healing despite the uncertainty generated by the spread of the Delta variant.
Daily FX Market News, August 19, 5:30 America, New York. Fed minutes spook investors, CAC 40 and DAX 30 picking up bearish momentum. Global equities fall into a bearish trap as investors react to taper talk from the Fed meeting minutes.
ForexLive, August 19, 5:25 America, New York. European indices bleeding heavily in the morning session so far. It has been a dismal start to the day for equities. Those are some chunky losses as risk aversion is the name of the game so far in European morning trade, with there being a flight to safety to bonds. ForexLive, August 19, 5:17 America, New York. AUD, JPY plunges further to fresh lows for the year as risk aversion deepens. AUD, JPY slides by 1.4% on the day to 78.25, lowest since December last year. AUD, JPY is one of the key barometers for risk sentiment, and it isn't painting a pretty picture since the start of the week, after slipping below the 20th of July low at 79.84.
Daily FX Market News, August 19, 5:14 America, New York. Robinhood, slumps on earnings warning. Dogecoin, brings in the bucks. Trading app Robinhood shares fell over 13% after the company warned of a Q3 slowdown, with Dogecoin activity highlighted by the company.